She was wiping fingerprints off the glass tabletop when the laughter started behind her. Careful, one of the staff joked she might clean the Sheikh's shoes next. Her face stayed down, hands steady, but they didn't stop mocking. The manager told her to move to the back before the royal guests arrived. But when the Sheikh spoke in Arabic and no one understood a word, it was a maid, standing quietly by the service cart, who replied fluently. The lobby glows in gold. Marble floors, velvet chairs, a chandelier shaped like a weeping willow. Everything screams wealth, not the kind built over decades, but the kind inherited, guarded, and flaunted. Amira stands just outside the elevator bank, wiping down the last set of smudged brass rails. She moves quickly, head down, trying not to draw attention. Her brown uniform fits loosely on her small frame, sleeves rolled just above the wrists, apron tied neatly at the back. She doesn't speak unless spoken to, and even then, only in short, respectful replies. Behind her, near the concierge desk, a young receptionist leans on the counter, bored and restless. There she is again, the receptionist murmurs to a colleague, eyes fixed on a mirror. Same posture, like a ghost they never fired. The other girl snorts. Honestly, she moves so quietly, I forget she's even there. Creepy, right? A passing bellboy joins in, holding a tray of bottled water. Creepy's not the word. It's tragic. She has no expressions. Just wipes, folds, disappears. Like she's terrified someone will remember she exists. Their voices aren't loud, but they're not careful either. The acoustics of the lobby carry every word in echoes across the marble. Still, Amira doesn't flinch. She finishes a railing and turns toward a glass door, crouching slightly to polish the bottom edge. Outside, a row of sleek black vehicles waits at the curb. The lead car carries a royal insignia, a gold falcon clutching two olive branches. Inside the lobby, a ripple of tension spreads through the staff. The manager appears from a hallway, adjusting his blazer, checking his breath in a side mirror. He scans the area quickly. Concierge, check. Hostess, in position. Bellboys, aligned. He spots Amira. You! He snaps, striding over. Move to the back service hallway. Stay out of sight. Understood. She straightens up. Yes, sir. No dust cloths visible. No carts near the entrance. This isn't a kitchen, it's a palace today. She nods again, turns toward the staff corridor. The receptionist fakes a sigh of pity. Careful, she calls after her. You might polish the royal shoes by accident. Laughter. Quiet but cruel. Amira says nothing. She just walks slow, small steps, cart rattling behind her as it disappears through the door marked staff only. At the lobby's far end, a tall man enters through the revolving door. He wears a thobe in deep ivory, the trim lined with gold thread. His beard is neatly trimmed, salt and pepper in the jawline. Behind him trail two advisors, one translator, and a private security guard. The staff straightens. All chatter ceases. The manager steps forward, smiling, both palms open. Sheikh Fiddle, he says warmly. Welcome to the Al Rayhan Grand. The Sheikh gives a polite nod. His expression is calm but unreadable, eyes moving slowly across the room. They land on each staff member in turn, like a mental inventory. The receptionist smiles extra wide. The bellboys fidget. Then the Sheikh speaks, but not in English. The translator hesitates. Sir, the Sheikh says it again, slower, deeper, but still in Arabic. This time the dialect sounds old, shaped by desert winds and ancient poetry. The translator shifts uncomfortably. My apologies, Your Excellency. I only speak modern standard. That sounded like Hadrami, says one of the aides, puzzled. Southern dialect. Quite rare. The Sheikh looks over the staff again, this time directly addressing them in the same flowing language. The room holds its breath. No one moves. No one understands. Not the hostess, not the manager, not the translator. And then from the staff hallway, just beyond the door's shadow, A voice answers. Arabic. But not just any Arabic. The same dialect. The same rhythm. The exact words mirrored back with precision and grace, like someone had lived inside the language their entire life. The room freezes. Slowly, Amira steps into view. She's still in her brown uniform, apron still tied. One hand rests lightly on the service card handle. She doesn't look scared, just calm, as if she's speaking to someone from home. The Sheikh turns toward her fully. Repeat what I just said. She does fluently, with perfect inflection. Now the translator steps back slightly, confused. The manager stammers, What is this? Sheikh Fiddle's eyes narrow. Where did you learn that dialect? Amira meets his gaze. My grandmother spoke only Hadrami. I grew up speaking both tongues, hers and mine. The Sheikh takes a step forward, intrigued now. What is your name? She hesitates. Amira Qureshi. His head tilts. You don't carry yourself like hotel staff. I used to be a student, she says slowly. Linguistics. Until she trails off. The manager jumps in, flustered. She's just a maid, sir. Temporary contract. She doesn't. Silence, the Sheikh says, without raising his voice. It's enough. The entire lobby goes still. The Sheikh studies her face a moment longer. Where is your family from? Al-Mara province, she replies. South Yemen. Before the coastlines change. The translator's eyebrows shoot up. Impossible, he whispers. That's not taught anywhere. The Sheikh says nothing. He steps closer to Amira, then switches to an even older form of Arabic, almost poetic. Amira listens, then responds. The back and forth goes on for nearly a full minute. The words are foreign to everyone else in the room, but the tone is unmistakable. A test, a challenge, and she's passing it without notes, without hesitation. The staff stares, open-mouthed. Even the bellboy drops the bottled water tray to his side. Forgotten. The Sheikh finally stops and lets out a low, astonished breath. You're not just a speaker, he says in English now, eyes still on her. You're a keeper of a dying tongue. Amira says softly, My grandmother said languages are like prayers. If no one speaks them, they disappear. The receptionist mutters under her breath, This can't be real. The manager looks ready to faint. We had no idea. She translated one of my oldest verses. The Sheikh interrupts. Perfectly. Word for word. Most native speakers can't even understand them anymore. Amira's gaze drops again. I wasn't trying to show off, sir. You didn't, he says. You revealed. He turns to his entourage and speaks quickly in Arabic. One of them begins typing something on a phone. The Sheikh faces the manager. She does not return to cleaning, but she's under contract. She reports to me now. The room is stunned. The translator steps forward. Your Excellency, should I cancel Professor from the Cultural Summit? The Sheikh looks at Amira again, then smiles faintly. No, let him come, he says, but let her speak first. Amira swallows hard, but I haven't prepared anything. You already did, he replies. You prepared your whole life. The chandeliers overhead stop shimmering, not because the light fades, but because no one dares breathe enough to make the move. The Sheikh's voice, deep and perfectly measured, echoes again. Repeat what I said, slowly. Amira nods once, without blinking. Then she begins. Her voice is soft, not weak, just not used to being heard. Her Arabic flows not like someone who studied it in textbooks, but someone who grew up listening to it at the dinner table. The dialect is Hadrami, but older, layered with Bedouin rhythm. Each syllable is correct. Each sentence carries the same weight as is. The older men in the Sheikh's delegation begin to murmur among themselves. She speaks it like someone born to it. No mistakes, not even with the emphatics. Who is she? Amira finishes, lowers her head slightly, and places her hands behind her back. The Sheikh leans forward. Your name? She swallows. Amira, sir. Your full name. Her eyes flicker toward the manager, still hovering near the pillar, as if trying to melt into the marble. Amira Khalida, she says quietly. My mother was from Hadramaut. She passed when I was 6. My father, not much after. The room is silent. Even the receptionist, who once called her Barefoot Cinderella, looks like she's swallowed glass. The Sheikh studies her for a long time. Then he gestures toward the side of the hall. To me. Amira hesitates, then steps away from her cleaning cart and approaches him slowly. She isn't trembling, not quite, but the weight of every eye in that lobby presses down on her like bricks. When she stops a few feet away, the Sheikh glances at the group of staff behind her. In this entire hotel, he says, not looking at them, only one person understood me. The silence deepens. He turns back to Amira. Where did you learn that dialect? It is not taught. Even in my country, few young people speak it correctly. My grandmother, Amira says, she raised me until I was 6. She never spoke anything else. Even when I asked her to teach me English, she said no. Said if I forgot her tongue, I'd forget her. One of the dignitaries behind the Sheikh, an older man with silver glasses, leans forward. She mentioned her name is Khalida. Amira Khalida. The Sheikh nods once. Yes. The man turns slightly and pulls out his phone. Starts typing. Amira shifts her weight. Her palms are sweating now. The Sheikh notices. You're afraid I'll have you punished? She blinks fast. No, sir. He lifts an eyebrow. Well, not as much as I'm afraid you'll have me moved. The faintest smile touches his lips. Moved? I get moved a lot, she murmurs. When someone important notices me. They don't like it when someone low staff is seen too much. This time, the receptionist actually looks down at her shoes. The man with the phone speaks again. Sir, I have something. He walks forward and shows the Sheikh the screen. The Sheikh reads. His eyes skim once. Then again, slower. His face shifts. The entire room watches that expression. The slow recognition of something unexpected. Not confusion. Not disbelief. Recognition. He lifts his gaze to Amira. Your grandmother's name. Say it. She hesitates. Then whispers. Amatullah Khalida. The Sheikh's hand closes gently over phone. My mother's cousin. Gasps ripple around the room. The receptionist covers her mouth with both hands. The manager, wide-eyed, begins stepping back. Amira stands still, too stunned to move. The Sheikh rises slowly to his feet. Your grandmother was disowned after she left the country. We were told she died. No one knew she'd had a child. No one knew she had a granddaughter. Amira says nothing. I used to sit with her, he adds, voice low. When I was 5, I would repeat her songs. She said I had a lazy tongue. One of the guards chuckles nervously. The Sheikh doesn't smile. He walks around Amira now, slowly, like he's seeing her again for the first time. All this time, scrubbing floors, cleaning rooms, while carrying the blood of royalty. I'm not royal, Amira says quickly. Not like you. I was born in Karachi. We had nothing. Then you are like me, the Sheikh replies quietly. Because we all came from nothing once. It's just that most forget. He turns to the manager. You. What is her position? The manager stammers. Lobby cleaner. Part-time. Works night shifts too when the roster's low. The Sheikh steps forward, his voice sharp now. And how do you treat her? The manager blinks. Es sir, she's very... Enough. He gestures to his chief aide. From this moment forward, she is to be transferred to our administrative suite. She will assist the liaison office during my stay. She will be paid triple her current salary. Amira's mouth opens slightly. She doesn't speak. The receptionist takes a small step forward, clearly desperate. Sir, please forgive us. We didn't know. The Sheikh doesn't turn around. You still don't. That's the problem. Amira finally finds her voice. I don't want trouble for anyone. I never did. The Sheikh turns back to her. You didn't bring trouble. You brought the truth. Before anyone can say more, the aide steps forward. Sir, the press team is waiting for your brief. We should leave soon. He nods. Have them wait. I'll finish here first. He walks to the center of the hall and gestures to Amira again. Walk with me. She hesitates. He smiles faintly. You won't be scrubbing the floor today. Amira walks beside him, not stiffly, not proudly either, just calmly. But behind her, the lobby is no longer the same. The staff don't just look at her. They stare. Even the uniform she wears, dull brown, with a name tag that once bore a smudge, seems to carry weight now. They walk together past a grand staircase. Do you remember anything else from your grandmother? The Sheikh asks. She used to say, Amira whispers, that forgotten words become ghosts. He nods slowly. Then you've just brought a language back from the dead. Just then, one of the guards interrupts. Sir, the press team is waiting near the South Hall. The Sheikh turns, but before moving, he glances again at Amira. One last thing, he says. If someone hadn't spoken up just now, if no one had replied to me in that room, what would have happened? She shrugs slightly. Nothing dramatic. Maybe a small comment in your report about the hotel's cultural training. He nods. And yet, that moment told me more about this place than any 5-star review ever could. They reach the corridor, leading to the VIP elevators. Amira pauses. I should stay here, she says. This is the limit for staff. The Sheikh stops. Not anymore. But just before the elevator doors slide open, a voice calls out behind them. Sir, please wait. It's not the manager. It's someone else entirely. A tall man in a gray suit, carrying a thin leather folder, rushes forward with urgency in his steps and something unreadable in his eyes. Amira doesn't blink, doesn't even lower her gaze as Sheikh Fiddle takes another step forward. The head of security stiffens, as if unsure whether to intervene or salute. Who taught you the Hadrami dialect? The Sheikh repeats. That wasn't textbook Arabic. That was spoken like someone born into it. Her voice doesn't tremble. My grandfather. He raised me in the southern port town of Al-Mukalla. His brow lifts slightly. A fisherman's girl? He was a linguist before he was a fisherman, she replies. He lost his post when the new rulers came. Spoke 8 dialects. He made sure I knew everyone. Fiddle says nothing for a moment. Then, and the hotel gave you a mop. That silence that follows is not empty. It's thick, sharp, heavy as judgment. Beside them, the manager stumbles forward with a forced laugh. Sir, I assure you, she's just a temporary cleaner. Not staff. A contractor. Amira turns her head slowly toward him. You made me sign a full-time form last week. He falters. The Sheikh waves a hand. Enough. His eyes stay fixed on her. Come, I want to speak to you. Amira hesitates. The others gape as she slowly steps forward. The maid's uniform doesn't suit her dignity, but she doesn't flinch as she walks past marble floors, golden elevator doors, past staff who just minutes ago told her not to embarrass the lobby. She follows the Sheikh into the private lounge, where velvet drapes shut out the noise of the world. He sits, offers her a seat across from him. She doesn't take it. He studies her for a moment, then leans forward. Your dialect is perfect, but more than that, you responded with the exact cadence used in our ancestral councils. That hasn't been heard in decades. She nods once. My grandfather believed every word matters. The way you shape it, the breath behind it. And yet you sweep floors. I needed a job, and this was the one they offered. The Sheikh's eyes narrow again, but this time not in suspicion, in recognition. Would you recognize this? He picks up a leather case from beside him, opens it, and carefully removes a folded parchment. Old, fragile, written in curling black ink. He reads a line aloud. something sharp and formal, ancient again. Before the final syllable leaves his mouth, Amira finishes a sentence, not just in Arabic, but with the proper phrasing and historical context. She even corrects a minor inflection. He blinks. Where did you learn that pronunciation? She allows herself the faintest smile. He used to make me repeat it until I got the throat tone right. Said only scholars or natives from that mountain valley could do it. And yet, the Sheikh murmurs, I found it here, in a hotel Maid, in Dubai. A knock on the lounge door. The security chief leans in. Apologies, Your Excellency. The Minister of Trade is here. The Sheikh doesn't look up. Make him wait. The door closes again. He sits back in his chair. Tell me something, Amira. Did you enjoy responding to me in front of the others? She lifts her chin. No, but I wasn't going to let your words fall unanswered. He watches her. There's a long moment. Then he stands. Walk with me. She follows him through the corridors, past the gold-draped conference hall, where the elite are gathering for the afternoon roundtable. News cameras are already outside. Staff line the walls. The same receptionist who joked about her polishing shoes now pretends she doesn't recognize her. As they near the hall, a young diplomat hurries over with a clipboard. Sir, the interpreter from Riyadh is inside and ready. She's no longer needed, Sheikh Fiddle says flatly. He steps to the stage. A murmur goes through the room. I'll make my opening remarks, he tells the organizers, but I'll need a dialect interpreter who knows both Hadrami and classical. They look confused. She'll do it. He nods to Amira. A beat of silence. A hotel organizer blurts out. She's not even on staff. She is now. The Sheikh's voice has that tone, the one that brokers oil deals and reroutes governments. And just like that, Amira walks to the stage. Not as a cleaner, not as a forgotten name on the contract sheet, but as the one voice in the room who could answer ancient language with ancient truth. The lights dim, the cameras roll, and Sheikh Fiddle begins. Brothers, sisters, I come here today not just to speak, but to listen. Our nations are built on heritage, not just buildings or contracts, but on memory, on words. And today, a voice reminded me of that. He turns slightly, just enough to glance at her. She will interpret not just what I say, but what I mean. And Amira begins to speak, not just translating, but channeling. The words, the rhythm, the tone, they flow from her as if born from her own breath. The room stills. Diplomats lean forward. The Minister of Finance lowers his phone. And suddenly, no one remembers what uniform she wore an hour ago, because her voice fills the hall like something sacred. When the Sheikh finishes, there's no applause, not out of disrespect, but because everyone is still under a spell. And then slowly, one by one, they rise. Not for him, for her. Outside the conference, the hotel manager lingers by the side, clutching his tablet like a lifeline. She walks past him without a word. The same receptionist who once whispered about her mopping shoes is now whispering to a guest, asking if anyone knows where the maid is from, what her last name is, whether she's famous. Amira steps outside into the warm afternoon sun. The Sheikh follows a few steps behind. Tell me, he says quietly, do you want to keep working at the hotel? She shakes her head. Then come with us, he offers. There's a place in the Royal Archives. Translators, historians, people who care about what you clearly carry. She turns to him. I'll go, she says, but only if I can still clean something when I want to. He raises an eyebrow. Why? Because sometimes wiping a table lets you hear things no diplomat ever will. And for the first time all day, Sheikh Fiddle laughs. Not politely, but fully, from the chest, as if something heavy had lifted. And as the sun sinks lower against the skyline, Amira steps into a car without hotel logos, without anyone's shadow hanging over her. Not a maid anymore, not a mystery. Just someone who spoke when no one else could,